So what is Pit Fighter? Also, I'm fighting a dude in sweatpants, so if I lose, I'm gonna be embarrassed. Oh no, he has a knife.
This is me, yours truly.
What do you got there? A knife! No! And I'm dead. So you like Mortal Kombat, right? You like the weird digitized graphics and fighting mechanics, right? Boy, do I have just a game for you, which incidentally came out 2 years before the first Mortal Kombat game decapitated its way into arcades, making it its predecessor. What game, you ask? Well, introducing Pit Fighter! Pit Fighter was released in arcades in 1990 by Atari, which was their first developed fighting game for the studio. A hybrid fighting game slash beat 'em up, you control one of 3 playable characters who fight their way through an underground fight tournament where you fight multiple Fight Club rejects until you face the leader of the club, Kane. Or in his jobber persona, the Masked Warrior. For every victory, you get money, which you proudly show off on your forklift to shame the commoners down below you. The graphics were made by utilizing a blue screen and video camera. Various actors were recorded doing the various moves that represented their fighting style and movement. And that footage had its alpha layer behind it removed and was then programmed to become you, your opponents, the various items all across the ground, and even the pesky crowd making up the ring that will interject your fights by hitting you, pushing you, and even providing weapons to you and your opponent, the bastards. Good thing you can beat them up too. But yeah, who are you exactly in this Bloodsport ripoff? Well, you have your choice of Tai, a kickboxer specializing in, kicking, Kato, a black belt in karate, and the Giga Chad, who hails from the land of WWE. You can move in 4 directions in a semi-3D space with a button dedicated to punching, kicking, and jumping. Pressing all 3 buttons will result in a special move that varies depending on your character's speciality. You can pick up crates that are all along the ground and throw them at your opponents, and pick up any weapons that fall out, such as knives, pipes, and even steroids. Okay, well, they aren't exactly steroids. It's called a power pill, make you stronger and take less damage. So it's essentially steroids. You can also get weapons from the crowd all around you, but good luck knowing if they'll willingly give them to you or use them on you. Every stage you go face to face with a new jobber and hey, whoa, I'm getting my ass kicked. Why are these random bums draining my wallet? So yeah, the fighting in this game isn't great, like at all. Half the time your inputs get interrupted by your enemy, and they can get you in a cheap cycle quick as can be, not even letting you up off the ground. Don't let them pick up a weapon either, as they will absolutely demolish you. Yeah, you might start fighting guys like Southside Jim and Mad Miles, but what will you do when Chain Man Eddie comes rolling around, beating the bricks off of you? What about the final boss, the Masked Warrior, who comes rolling up with 2 Chain Man Eddies, just to get you to put in more quarters? Yeah, this game is frustrating, because it feels quite cheap. Usually when you lose an arcade fighting game, it's your fault. Unless you're fighting Shao Kahn, or any SNK boss for that matter. But in this game, it doesn't feel like the enemies are the problem, more like your character and the controls themselves are. Single player by itself is pretty basic, but since there are 3 choosable characters, you can bully 2 of your friends to share in the misery with you. With additional players, this game is just as frustrating, but differently so. For one, enemies are added to compensate for the additional players, and friendly fire is also always on, so you are just as likely to hit your teammate as much as your opponent. In addition, every 3 levels you get a bonus challenge game where you fight the other players to score 3 knockdowns for a prize of additional money at no cost of real life money. So it's another good way of increasing tensions between players. If you are playing solo, you instead face your evil doppelganger, much less headache inducing. And at the end, before the final boss, you have to fight your teammates again, but this time, it's permanent. If you lose at this point, you can't get back in, even with additional credits. And you have to watch the bastard who beat you up take out the final boss and win all the glory, while you seethe with envy on the side. Pit Fighter loses its luster very quickly. It might start out as fun, but the game's many problems really take out enjoyment of the game. Especially when it seems like your opponents, friends, and even the game itself is fighting against you to have fun. Might be worth checking out, but don't hurt yourself looking for it. Luckily for you, This game and studio was integrated with Midway, so there's many different compilations available for you to play the arcade version. This game was also ported to many different consoles, including Super Nintendo, so you can... Oh my god, that looks so good! This game gets 1 power pill out of 5. Game over.